Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to be looking at a puzzle called Steeples by Directionary, who's featured on the channel regularly and promises to be very good. We've got German Whispers yet again. There have been quite a few videos on the channel with those lately, and some largish killer cages, so we'll have a look at that in a moment. On Patreon, as well as the J. Dyer numeric alchemy hunt, which is brilliant. There's 9 days left. Strongly recommend it. I have actually uploaded today a little video of me opening and unboxing some stuff we received over Christmas from various people. And if you're a Patreon, you can go and watch that if you have any reason to. It's just a 10-minute video or so of me looking at some letters and packages that we got. Thank you very much to anyone who sent those. Very kind of you. Now, we've also, of course, got our apps and merchandise. You can get a hold of that if you follow the links under the videos. And what else have we got going on? We've got all sorts of plans for Patreon content coming up, which we're looking forward to, which will have actual puzzles in, unlike today's upload. But today's puzzle is, as I say, called Steeples, and the rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that means we have to put 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Neighbouring digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. So you could put 1 and 6 in these two cells, or 1 and 8, but you couldn't put 3 and 7 in them. And regulars will know that these are German whisper lines, and they're always green. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. So this cage adds up to 38, for instance. And those are all we need to solve the puzzle, apparently, which is great. Single solution, I believe. There was only one solution on yesterday's puzzle. There was an important last rule which said all black dots are given, which meant that the few people who commented that there seemed to be alternate solutions must not have read that. So anyway, I'm sure there will only be one solution to today's puzzle, but I am going to try and find it now. You can do so on the first link under the video, but let's get cracking. Okay, so where do we start here? There's a couple of things we know about German whisper lines, and one is they can't have 5 on because there's no digit far away enough to be a neighbour. I know that's how my downstairs neighbour on one side of my flat feels about us. Also, 4 and 6 are a bit restricted on green lines. I don't know how to use that here. I mean, I suppose 5 can only be... I was going to say in one of those two cells, but there's also that in row 1. Obviously 5's in one of those cells. I don't think 5 can be in this cage because it's a 40 cage, and hang on, I thought it was an 8-cell cage. It's not. Oh, bother. I was going to say 5 is now in one of those in row 5, but this is absolute bobbins because this is a 7-cell cage, isn't it? These steeples are 7 cells, not 8. I had thought that we were looking at cages that excluded a 5, a 3, and a 7. In fact, this one excludes 3 in 2 digits. Now, what am I talking about excludes? I'm talking about the secret. We know that not only does every row, column, and box in a Sudoku add up to the same total, because they all contain 1 to 9 by rule, but any cage that contained all 9 digits would add up to that same total. And the total of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 45. Now, don't tell everyone, but only people who mean a lot to you. Now, that means that this cage, which excludes 2 digits, those digits add up to the difference between 45 and 42, which is 3. And the digits excluded are 2 and 1. And that means it's quite hard for these to be low digits. I probably didn't explain. No, I didn't. I mentioned about 5s and 4s and 6s on German Whispers. I didn't mention that the numbers must alternate between above 5 numbers, which we call high, and below 5 numbers, which we call low. And all I'm saying now is that if these two were low, and they must be the same polarity, then they will be 3 and 4, because 1 and 2 aren't in this cage, and that will be a 9. But it's not impossible, and I'm just really not getting how to do this puzzle yet. Sorry, I'm going to have to just sit and stare for a bit while I think of it. Where does... Okay, whatever this cell is, if it's low, it's 3 or 4. If it's high, it's 9. So it's actually definitely one of those digits. Because if it's low, it can't be 1 or 2, which aren't in this cage. If it's high, those two are low and are 3 and 4. So that is 3 or 4 or 9. No, hang on. It can't be 4. No, I've got it... No, this is right. This is right. 1 and 2 aren't in the cage. If they're low, 3 and 4. That's 9. That's right. It cannot be 4 because those two cells see each other and they'd both have to be 9. So it is either 3 or 9. But all I was going to observe is where does that cell go in box 5? It can't go in the cage because it appears already in row 3, column 5. And it can't go in those cells. So it must go in one of those two. So must this one. So that pair ends up there and there. That pair ends up there and there. Oh, that's strange. That... Oh, it's... Oh, gosh, how long does it take? It's completely obvious. 4.5 minutes or something. The whole point of this puzzle, I believe, is those two cells, which see every digit in this steeple, don't they? Let's just colour the steeple. Those two cells cannot be any of the digits in the 42 cage because they would clash with another one. And therefore they are the two digits that are not in the 42 cage. They are 1 and 2. And they're low. So actually, orange was a terrible colour to choose and I didn't really need to highlight it. They are 1 and 2. The same is going to be true here. These two are going to be the digits that don't appear in this 7-cell cage. They add up to 5. They're definitely low. These two add up to 7. I don't know how to pencil mark. I mean, I could... Yeah, I'm going to... They're under 7 each. Now, these two will be in those places. Is this about 5s again? That's low, and it's on a German whisper line. Oh, look at this. That's low. Because the line, the numbers, the polarities along the line must alternate. This is high. We've written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only digit that is high in that group is 6. So this pair adds up to 7. That's a 1, 2, 1. We can't have a 1 here, but these two add up to 5. So they're 2 and 3. And we've got 6 digits in the grid. That's also low, so it's blue. Oh, that's a very, very, very clever start. Now, what else does that give us? There is a 1 in these 3 cells. If it's on the green line, they are 1 and 4. They would be, in fact, in one of these cases, these are both low. Maybe in both, but it seems less likely. Ooh, I still haven't quite... Right, those two, this is what I said earlier, those two appear here and here. And those two appear here and here. No, I'm still a bit confused. I haven't quite got... I thought this was going to be the whole thing, but it's not. It's certainly a beginning, but it's not the whole thing. Now, come on, keep thinking, Mark. I loved the comment the other day from Philip Bloom, a friend of the channel, who said that the focus we bring to every puzzle every day is salutary and very helpful, but sometimes I feel I can't focus at all. Um, I've got something here. 1 has to be in one of these three cells because of the 1 and 1 there. And that means that none of these can be 1, 2 or 3 because they see the 2 and 3 on the vertical and 1 is already in the cage. Now this means that this cell cannot be low because it can't be 4 or it would require 9s to be in both of those positions. It's on a whisper line, so it must be high. So these are both low and they are now 1 and 4, which is rather surprising. And if one of them's a 4, that is a 9. And look, we get this cell now. This is a 3. These are high. They must in fact be 8 and 9 to be on a whisper with a 3. I want to say that these are 2 and 3, but yeah, they can't be 7 and 6. They must be both the same polarity. If they were high, they aren't allowed to be 8, 9 or 6. So they must be low. They can't be 1 and 4, which are over there. They must be 2 and 3. This is, it can't be 7 because that would be touching a 3. So it's higher than that. It must be 8. Oh, weird. Okay, so also this 9 goes in one of those two cells. This 3 goes in one of those two. This 8 goes in one of those two. And these 6 cells are the same as these 6. Yes, they are. That's really important, actually. Well, it potentially very important. And that is because those 2 appear there and there. Those 2 appear there and there. Those 2 appear there and there. So clearly, I mean, you just add those together, and those 6 are the cells in this row that aren't 2, 1 and 6. Well, the cells that appear in these 6, therefore, are 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 and 9. That's just what we need to make up the row. So in these dominoes, we have 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. We've placed 3, 8 and 9. So this is a 4, 5, 7 triple, which is weird. We might be getting to a 5 swordfish because there must be a 5 in one of those cells and one of these. I saw enough swordfish under the boardwalk the other day. I don't really want to encounter more. But I don't know. 5 in this row is, I don't know, one of those 4. Oh, 6 there has to be next to a 1. I've only just noticed that. On the whisper line. That can be any high number, including 6. Here we don't even know the polarities yet. Seems likely to me that is high and that's low, but I haven't got that. Oh yeah, hang on. This is in a box seeing 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is definitely high. Right, we do know the polarities now. Those are low. This one sees a 1 and a 2, so it's 3 and 4. On its line next to it must be 8 or 9. This is low and it sees 1, 2 and 3. Brilliant. So that's a 4 surrounded by 9s on the line. That doesn't make this a 4. We have to remember, and I do struggle for some reason, that it is not a corollary of 4's neighbour is always 9, that 9's neighbour is always 4. Right, we've got a 9 there now. 3, 2, 4. That can't be 4. If either of these green cells is low, it's a 1. And at least one of them must be high. I don't really know. If that was a 4, this would be a 4. And that would be a 3. Oh, we've got a triple in here that I haven't even marked in. That's a 5, 6, 7 triple. That one can't be 6. 9 by Sudoku must appear in one of those cells because there's a 9 somewhere there and that 9. Oh, and 8 must be over here on the same sort of basis. We've got an 8 in one of those and an 8 in one of those. Don't know where the last blue is in box 5. Don't know. Oh, well, it's not a 9. That's 6, 7, or 8 now. Oh, what do we do next? This is very interesting, this one. I like it. 8, 2, 3. Now, there's no 6 in this cage. So these 4 cells are 4, 5, 7, and 9. I don't know how to get them. 2, 1. These, well, that, I don't know, whichever one of these isn't a 3 is that. I don't know, I think I'm just restating the same things over and over again. So, I need to think maybe about this line. There's clearly no 9 in those. Oh, hang on. No, I was going to say there can't be 2 low digits there. That's absolutely not true. There easily can. Ah, this can't be low. Look, 3, 2, 1 in the column. Oh, it's been staring at me. This can't be low because the only low digit possible here is a 4, and that would have to be flanked by 2 9s, which would be in the same box. So this is high. That gives us the polarity all the way along this bottom line. Those are low. Yes, this is a 1 now. This is 2, 3, or 4, so we can't have 6 on its neighbours. This one is less constrained. These are from 6, 7, and 8 because 9's in the box. It hasn't actually developed dramatically for me there. Now, that could be a 4, I think. Then you'd have a 9 here. Ah, this obviously can't be low now because we've now filled in 1, 2, 3, 4 in column 2. So that's high, that's high. These alternate spots are low. That's a 4. It is a 4. That's a 9. This one, not constrained at all. That can't be a 4 is all I've got. This can't be a 9 is all I've got. So even though I've got the polarity on almost all the lines, I haven't actually got much done. That's probably unfair. Oh, this can't be a 4 now. Right, so that's a 5, 7 pair. This is where 4 goes in the row. Now, this, no, 4 is in one of those cells with 8. That's an 8, 4 pair. This becomes 3. That's good. Because that can't be 3 now. It can't be 4 either because its 2 neighbours see each other. That is 1 or 2. These 2 cells are 5 and 7 in some order, depending on where 5 and 7 appear up here. Ah. No, they're the same in each sort of shoot. So I was thinking if that was a 5, 7 pair, I could tell what that number was, but they're not necessarily. Oh, that can't be 4 now, which is pretty... Oh, it couldn't be before anyway. Now, this pair are from 5, 7, and 9. And one of them is a 9. 8, 9, 2, 3, 1. We need a 4 in one of these cells. 2, 9, 3, 4, and an 8, as I've marked in one of those. We're still not done at all. There's a 1 somewhere up here. Because of the 1s we've marked here, there's 4s, 8s. Oh. That's 5, 6, or 7, because they are the only digits we have left to place in the column. Oh, was it definitely true that one of these is a 5? Then I could make those both high. No, actually not, because that could be 5 and that 5, and then they wouldn't have to include a 5. If that was an 8, that would be an 8. Oh, I'm probably missing some whisper thing here now. Come on, keep thinking about the whispers. Like, if that was a 4, These would both be 9s. This sells under a bit of pressure, surely, somewhere. Maybe not. One of these two is a 1 by Sudoku. Okay, need to find something else now. Get back to the concentrating. What about this? If that was low, it's 1 or 2. If these were high, they would be 6 and 7. Okay, that's slightly interesting. This, if that's high, it's 6 or 7 because it can't be 9 or 8. So this, as a low digit, would be next to 6 or 7 and can't be 1. It would have to be a 2 if it was low. If it's high, it's not 9, 8 or 6. It sees them all. So that's 2 or 7. Now, if that is high, that's a 7. And this low digit is a 2. If that is low, it's a 2. And this high digit, which sees a 9 and an 8, is also a 7. So that's a weird 2-7 pair sitting on top of this last whisper line. I'm just going to check this logic out again. If this is low, it sees... No, it's about... whichever of these is high can't be a 6 because they can't be next to 1 in this pair because of these two 1s. That's true. So whichever of these is high and sees 9 and 8 is a 7. 7 is next to a low digit in those two cells that also can't be 1. It must be a 2. That works. Okay, so that's not a 2. This is now a 2-7 pair. That's not a 7. This can't be a 6, can it? Because those would both have to be 1s. I shouldn't have pencil marked a possibility of a 6. So that's... In fact, I must have known that when I pencil marked this in my brain somehow. Because that could have been an 8 with how I'd pencil marked this before. Sorry. Anyway. Maybe I did know at some point that couldn't be a 6. But I know it now, and I've also found out it can't be a 7. It's an 8. There's an 8 in one of those two cells, which forms an X-wing with 8 in those. And that means that can't be an 8, and there is an 8 in one of these three. There's a 4 in one of those two. That forms a pointless X-wing that I don't need. Now, does one of these have to be 7? No, I don't actually think it does. That's not the right question. One of these two is a 9. I can suddenly see that. Oh, this is a bit limited actually. It cannot be, it's 3, 4 or 9 by Sudoku. It can't be 3, 4, 5 or 6 actually by whisper rules because it would be too close to whatever that was. So it's... Oh, it sees a 5-7 pair as well. Hang on. It can't be 3, 4 or 9. It can't be 5 or 7. It's got to be 3, 4, 9, 5, 7. It could be 2 or 1 or 8. Oh, I thought I was going to get it down to fewer possibilities than that. Bother. 2, 7 pair there. 4, that's 1, 5 or 6. Oh, come on, I feel like I'm so close here. This 5, 7 pair, maybe I haven't been using that enough. 5, 7, 4, 8, 2. I feel like that is definitely 1 or 9. It is actually. Can't be 5, 7 or 4, 8 or 2, which is in that pair. It is 1, 3, 6 or 9 by Sudoku, but it can't be 6 because it will be too close to that, or indeed 3. So it is 1 or 9. It is extreme, it is high or low. Four, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on, I'm so close now. So if that's low, oh, then that's high. Okay, that doesn't... One of those is low and one is high. Is that helpful for the row? I don't think so. That almost sounded poetic. Oh, look, 9 is just looking at this orange cell. Doofus, that can't be 8. It's so simple, I'm sorry. Focus totally fails. Look, I can do all those based on 8 being there and then the polarity of the others. Oh, this might actually start crumbling a bit now. That can't be 1. 5, 7, 8, 4, 1. Come on, 2 there. Yes, that sees these. Keep looking down the grid. That can't be 7. That's a 5. Interesting. Now, that is a 7 X-wing. One of those must be 7 in each row, so that accounts for the 7s in each column as well. That can't be a 7, and that can't be a 7. This is a 2, 3, 9 triple, where the top one can't be 9. That can't be 9 anymore as a result of that. This is 7 or 8, and that can't be 4. We're getting a lot of eliminations done now. One of these two has to be a 3. 3, 5, 2. These don't have a 5 in. That's a 7, 9 pair. 9, 4, 2, 7. Oh, it wasn't this difficult, was it? Come on. 9, 4, 8, 3. 8. No, 9s. One of these is a 9. One of these two is a 9. Nine, 3, 2, 1, 4. There's an 8 in one of those. 8, 9, 4s, 9s, 1s. 3, 5, 2, 2, 3, 9. Come on. Use this somehow. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to have to just pause a bit and work it out slowly. Getting overexcited again when I get a bit of progress. 3 is in one of those cells, not 1 though. Oh, 3 is not in that cell. Right, 3 is in the corner. Losing its religion. There we go. So let's make it blue as we're still colouring, I think. Probably don't need it anymore. That's all the blues in the top right box. That 1 is looking down, sorts out 4 and 1. We must be pretty close on colouring all low, or filling in all low digits even. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Whatever that is in one of those two. Okay, we're not done. 5, 6 pair along there. 2, 7, 3, 4, 8. Oh, 9 can be placed in this box. Then that's a 5, 6 pair. 5, 6, 8, 3, 9. One of those is a 1. 4, but I don't know about 2 and 7 in this row. That is 2 or 6 by Sudoku. That's 2, 3 or 6. 9 is looking down here. Keep looking down the grid. 7, one of those is a 7. 2, 3. 7 is looking down at that. 8. That looks back up the grid. 4 and 8. This is 5 or 6 to finish the column. These are from 4, 5, 7 and 6. Doesn't do anything. Still got bits to sort out here. 8, 4, and maybe the whispers are involved. I don't think any of these are constrained in it. Maybe that pair couldn't be 2 and 6, and that's about it. Okay, let's remember that there's a 7 in one of those two. So these don't include a 7. That doesn't really do anything. 8, 9, 5, 6. Oh, these steeples. I haven't really thought about them much. What have we got to put into this one? 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's what will tell us the 7's in one of those. Doesn't really do anything. Maybe where we've got to. 4, 9, 1. This contains 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 is in one of those. Those are from 5, 6, 8. Yeah, I think the way the puzzle is developed, we don't actually need the steeples anymore, which is a shame. It would be nice to come across some clue that really matters that I just hadn't thought about for a while. I'm sure there is one, and you're probably looking at it. 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s. This 5, 7 pair, it's not really doing anything. One of those is a 3. Oh, can that be a 3? That would make those 3s. 4, 9, 1. I can't see why not. Down here we've got 4, 5, 6 and 7 in some order. That can't be a 4. That's the same as that. I can't trace that around. Being slow again. Oh, that can't be 8 anymore. So 8's definitely in one of those two. It is going to be just some relatively simple Sudoku deduction, I suspect, at this point. 9's in one of those two. 8's in one of those. 3's in one of those. 9's in one of those and one of those. It's an X-wing. It doesn't really help me. Come on, puzzle. Give me something to work with here. And I know you probably are, and I'm just not seeing it. 8. That can't be an 8. That doesn't really do anything because 8 could still be here and here. What about this? Is there something? Yeah, that sees all the low digits. So that is 5, 6, 7 or 9. I mean, that's far too many candidates to pencil in, although it does nearly form a triple with that. And maybe that's the sort of question, where do 1 and 2 go somewhere? What about this? This, it would struggle to be high. It would be 6 or 7. And it would see... Oh, hang on. In this, oh, there's a 5, 6, 7 triple. Yes, these are all low. They're all low. Let's keep colouring, people. Okay, I'd forgotten to colour quite a lot of digits there. Right, if that's low, could be a 4. No, it can't. This has to be a 4. If that's definitely low, and it is in this column, the 5, 6, 7 triple does it. It does it. Right, that's a 4. This is 5 or 6, can't be 7 because of that. Okay, come on, this has got to be doing stuff. This is 1 or 2. This is 1, 2 or 3. They're a triple down here now, so 4 has to go down here. That's a 4 as well. That isn't. Come on, 4s, keep going. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3 triple. That, I was going to say it has to be high, but it could still be a 5. That's definitely low now. One of those is low. Oh, it's these 5s. They're messing up my ability to colour high cells. Look, there's another quadruple. 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are both low. It's hard to find those. I really think it is. These low ones, that is 2 or 3. That is 2 or 4. Don't tell me it's not going to do anything. I can't handle it. One of those is a 4 and it's not there. That's just Sudoku. Sorry, you've been shouting about that for a while. Amongst other things. 9, 4, we've got 1, 2 and 7 to place in this row. Do we know that any of these are stopped from being low? No, quite the opposite. One of these is low because that can't be low. It sees all 4 lows in its box. No, still doesn't get it done. Wow, this is attritional now. I know that one of these is a 1. Oh, 3 has to be in one of those cells. That's not helping. There's no... This whisper thing is the only whisper relationship that is of interest remaining, surely. If that's a 6, this has to be a 1. Oh, look, no, there's a 1, 2, 3 triple. Look, that's a 9. Right. 9 means 9 is not here. That means that we know where 9 is in box 8. It's at the bottom. All the 9s are done now. 8, 9, 4. We've got that 1, 2, 3 triple. So these others are from 5, 6, 7. Oh, hang on. I've got a horrible 5, 6, 7 quadruple here. Where's 8 in this column? I think I accidentally took it out of that cell. I think I had that cell highlighted by mistake. I think that cell is 8. The others can't be, so that is 8. It is high. Yeah, that's all right. One of those two is 8. 8s remaining are an X-wing. Oh, come on. One of these is 7. That's low. The lows are all done. This is... well, it's high or 5. So that must be low. That's right. All the 4 lows are seen there. So that is the last remaining low in this box, is 2 or 3. And that is not low. We knew that before. I could have done that a different way. I've got a 2, 3 pair. These are the same. I'm going to colour 2 3s now, if that's all I can do. Sure, I don't need to, but I'm going to do it. Let's make those yellow. That one is purple instead. That one's purple. That one's purple. That one is yellow. Now, is this going to lead to anything? Yellow 2 or 3 has to be in one of those cells. It's not really, is it? Purple 2, 3. Ooh. It's got to be in one of those. That doesn't do it. It's got to be in one of those. Purple 2, 3. Oh, that does do it. Why do I think purple has to be in one of those? Why could it not be there? Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong about that. I think I am. Okay, that didn't do it. Something obvious, isn't it? I can feel it. I can hear you shouting almost. Two and 3. That is 5, 6 or 7 in this row. So let's keep on focusing on whether that forms triples looking up. These are from 1 to... oh, that's 2 or 7 in box 1. That's quite an interesting restriction. Nearly pencil marked every cell. Now, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 here. I can't see that they're given away somehow. Oh, hang on. Is it something to do with these original steeples and knowing... maybe I should know what this is. Ah. Well, there might be something going on because I know that 5 is in one of those cells. They both see those, but I haven't got 5 as an option there. I can imagine there's something like that left where, you know, both of those see that, although they don't, because whatever's in there. Oh, 7 in there. Neither of those can be a 7. I don't know, I'm just getting stuck thinking about the same things again and again. I need to broaden my lateral thinking. I've got a 5-7 pair there, obviously. The 2, 3, 6 in the others. This is the only cell I haven't pencil marked because there's so many blinking Oh no, it can't be 2, 3 because they're a pair. 5, 6, 7, 8 then. Now, can we restrict another pair or triple or even a quadruple looking up? So odd that there's 1s left to do in this puzzle. Okay, if that was a 6, is there a way that would force this to be a 2? I just don't think it has an impact on those digits, unfortunately. There's something so obvious here, isn't there? My mouse is probably over it every time I say that. And you can probably see what it is. What is it though? 5. One of those is a 7, so that's not a 7. Oh, what have I done there? So it's 5 or 6. So one of these is a 7, so that's not a 7. That does give me a 7 in the corner. So these aren't 7s, and that gives me a 7 there on the whisper. And that makes this a 2. Now I'm getting excited again. That makes this a 1, 7, 5. I'm unwinding these original steeples now. 6, 7. Let's look in the steeples. 6. Those are a 5, 8 pair. Now that's become a 5. I think we're getting there. Finally, I was chasing 7s around the grid. Not a number I was planning to do that with. That's become a 6. That sorts out 5 and 6. We go up and get 5 there. That is not 5. That's a 6, 8 pair in the box. That's 5. So that's 6. That's 2. That's 5. I don't know. I mean, if I was missing an easier route, I do apologise, but I'm not aware yet of what it was. This seemed quite a hard slog to me to get through this. Still got 2s and 3s to sort out, but I think they're going to come now. 1 can't be there, it must be here. And we've got 2s and 3s left. And they're sorted out because yellow 3. Yes, okay. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And just before I finish the colouring, let's tidy it all up and get rid of the purple and yellow. Make all the 2s blue, all the 8s and 6s and 7s orange. That should just leave the 5s as white. Looks like it does. A 3 here. Doesn't say I'm right, but I'm planning to click the tick in a moment. I think everything feels like it's right. Okay, let's see. No, because I've written this 2 and the 3 the wrong way around. Okay, sorry. There we go. That's fine. Wow, what a clever puzzle. What an interesting one. Hope you had a go at that. I hope you did a bit better than I did, to be honest, and there'd be no surprise there. Although I don't feel too much shame. I think that was tough. But there we go. That's the solution to steeples. We'll be back tomorrow for more. See you then. Bye for now.